This is 5.1, adding fractions with models, and today we're going to look at three methods: pattern blocks, fraction circles, and the rectangle box method. So the first question, we'll use pattern blocks. And it will be 1/3 plus 1/6. Now I'm going to show you with physical tiles or physical pattern blocks, as well as drawing pictures. So here I have 1/3 and 1/6, and so I'm going to just sketch that out. This is my whole shape, and I'm going to split it into thirds and shade in one of them. Same whole shape, drawn as similar as possible, or not, split into sixths. And one of them is shaded in. And so to add these, what I want to do is I want to physically combine them to see what I get. So I could take this sixth and move it over to this model, or I could take this third and move it over to this model. And when I do that, you'll see that now instead of 1/3 and 1/6, we can see that it actually represents half of the shape. One of these third pieces can be represented by two greens or 1/6. And so what we have here is actually 3/6, which simplifies down to a half. So I'm going to move this over here and color it with a different color to symbolize I've moved it. And it takes up half the shape. And so I can say that 1/3 plus 1/6 is the same as 3/6, which I can simplify down to 1/2. With pattern blocks, you can be moving the materials around back and forth to try and make one full shape or just combine what you have. Next, we're going to look at fraction circles. Our question here is 3/4 plus 7/8. So I'm going to model that. Fraction circles. So I'm going to draw two circles. I'm going to split this one into quarters. And I'm going to split this one into eighths. Color in 3. Color in 7. Similar, actually here I have it here as well. I have to zoom out. Here's 7/8, and here is 3/4. And so when I go to add these, again, I want to move to make one shape. I can't move a quarter over because it would overlap and that's too much, which means I need to move over my eighths. I'm going to start with moving one over. I'm going to model that here. And I can move one more over. And now you can see I have one full shape and some leftovers. And so my answer here would be one full shape colored in. And in my second shape, what is left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. 2, 3, 4, 5/8. And so the answer to 3/4 plus 7/8 would be 1 and 5/8. There's no need to simplify here. That's in simplest terms already. Now we're going to look at the rectangle model. Our question here is 1/4 plus 3/5. Now when I'm using the rectangle model, I'm going to draw two rectangles that are the same size. My first rectangle I'm going to split into quarters, into 4 pieces. Now as you can see, I did not do a very good job here. So we're going to start over. Okay, now we're going to try the rectangle model. And our question is 1/4 plus 3/5. To use the rectangle model, the first thing I'm going to do is draw two rectangles that are the same size. I'm going to split this rectangle into 4 equal pieces. And I'm going to color in 1/4 of them, 1 out of 4. This rectangle I'm going to split into fifths vertically. And I'm going to color in 3. Now in order to add these, I want them to have the same number of pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the quarter lines that I drew here and transfer them over to this model. And then I'm going to take the fifth lines from here and transfer them over to this model. And when I do that, you'll see that I end up with two rectangles that are cut into the same number of pieces. They are equivalent. And now that they're equivalent, I can write my equivalent fractions. This is now 20 pieces, and 5 of them are filled in. And this one is also 20 pieces, and 12 of them are filled in. I'm going to draw one more model. Made this one a little bigger, that's okay. I'm going to draw my quarter lines in here. Draw my fifth lines in here. And I'm going to combine my two shapes. I'm going to draw 5 in from here and 12 in from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now my 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And you can see what is filled in here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 9 is 17 over 20. 17 shaded in out of a possible 20, and this would be my final answer. Let's do one more that you can try out with us. Two-thirds plus 1/5. Pause the video and try the question, and we'll go over it together right away. So to start, I'm going to draw my two rectangles that are the same size. One I'm going to split into thirds. The other I'm going to split into fifths. 2/3 get colored in here. And 1/5 gets colored in here. I'm going to swap my lines. And then I'm going to write my new fractions. 10 over 15 and 3 over 15. I'm going to draw one more rectangle. Split it into thirds, split it into fifths. I'll color 10 from my first model and 3 from my second. Doesn't matter what order you color them in. As long as you're coloring in 10 from one and 3 from the other. And there you can see your answer will be 13 over 15. Thanks for watching.